Hey everybody, Kevin E. West again, the Kevin E. on social media. Here with another intro video for you before you jump into the Actor OS program. And this one is on probably one of my favorite subjects just in life in general, but also extraordinarily important before you get involved in this program with me because there is certainly a particular philosophy that I have about pursuing this profession. And it comes from across the course of 3 decades, 2 different centuries, and having consulted with thousands of actors as well as my own career. And it's important that you understand that a lot of what's going to happen in this program is very philosophical based in terms of my career and the pursuit of it. It's a philosophy that involves certainly harnessing, really harnessing the understanding in yourself of the difference between the subjective and the tangible. There's a huge part philosophically of this program. It's imperative that you get that because the more you learn that, the more you can actually maximize your efforts. It's really, really important. One of the others, which I will expand on later in the program, is that it's not a time in, money out business. We know this, but it's something that we really have to kind of drill down on because it causes a lot of consternation and difficulty for us as we go through our careers trying to pursue things. And I'm one of those people who kind of believe show business is an overused term. I get it. It's natural. We have to do it. Show is first, business being second. But at the end of the day, I want you to philosophically look at it as the show we control, the business they control. That's more the philosophy of show is very personal, business is game plan. And so as you go through this program, those are sort of like baseline things that you have to remember. And also philosophically, that dating and casting are incredibly similar because they're both based, as you may know in your life personally, on mood, timing, subjectivity, all sorts of factors. And casting is the same. And that obviously kind of affects our career in terms of casting. So philosophically, I spend time on that. And also, without being offensive, the truth of the matter is the acting profession is the most undereducated profession in the world, bar none. It's not even close. It just is. It's something where we don't have a lot of infrastructure, and a lot of what at universities is very remedial. It doesn't cover everything we need to have covered at all. A lot of the folks who teach that at the university level all over the world are not actually in the profession or haven't been in an active way enough to have a real grasp of it. So that's one of those things that philosophically I really address. And another one is understanding that we all know the process, knowing the process of having a representative and getting a picture done. And everybody knows that process, as I call it. But that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the active pursuit of one's career. So that's a big philosophy that kind of drifts in and out of this program when you're in it, the Actor OS program. And also understand, guys, that we all have the visions of grandeur of being a star and a celebrity, but they also have to deal with representatives and contracts and other administrative details throughout their career and life. And realizing and understanding and enthusiastically absorbing that you actually understand some of those procedures and some of those processes of the business doesn't have anything to do with pursuing it. Intellectual knowledge, physical action, huge, huge difference in this profession as much as any other you may think of. So there's an element to this program that's going to be very philosophically laden with a lot of these principles. And of course, the philosophy that in today's world, which I didn't used to have to say, but I do now, and that is the difference between being a scripted actor and being an influencer, because it's just a different world. And very rarely, and I mean very rarely, does anyone ever make the cross from being a pure influencer who actually winds up working a long time, not once, as a scripted actor, because scripted acting requires a certain type of training. It's just massively different. And also a few other philosophies that are not always favorites of ours, but typically when you start out being an actor wherever you are, you usually do really well in 1 to 5 years, or you kind of have to set in and go about pursuing this profession in a certain way. And hey, if you hit the big time in a couple of years, then you can just erase me and erase everything I'm saying. But if not, then the question as a philosophy would pertain to any career is, what are you going to do? And if you actually go with me on this journey in the Actor OS program, you will no longer have any fear of what to do. That's what this program is going to provide from a philosophy standpoint. And I'll give you one of the mantras we held for years at the Actors Network, and it actually is by Eleanor Roosevelt, and that is, learn from the mistakes of others, because you can't live long enough to make them all yourself. We'll see you soon.